my beautiful little single unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa Somuayina and I would like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, today's pick a card reading is all about your love life during the month of July. Of course, I still have your monthly zodiac predictions coming for you, but in order to kick off the cascade of July prediction videos, I decided to focus on my beautiful singles first. So in order to help you figure out what's coming towards your love life during the month of July, I have prepared 4 groups that you can choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 4 groups intuitively. The 4 groups that I have prepared for you today are as follows. Group number 1 corresponds to the Green Witch Oracle deck as well as the Rose Quartz. Group number 2 corresponds to the Spirit Animal Oracle deck as well as the Amber. Group number 3 corresponds to the Gentle Heart Tarot deck as well as the Azurite. And group number 4 corresponds to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the Black Obsidian. But of course, the timestamps to all 4 groups can be found down below in the description box as well as pinned to the comment section. So I'll give you a little moment of privacy in order to pick your group. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need a little bit more time to meditate on your choices. So by now, you've hopefully been able to pick one of these 4 groups in order to receive your July love prediction. I'm going to get straight into the readings, starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Green Witch Oracle deck, as well as the Rose Quartz Crystal. And to all of my other beautiful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, all my beautiful singles of Group 1. You chose the Green Witch Oracle deck as well as the Rose Quartz. Let me show you a quick close-up of your stone so you can get acquainted with its energy and vibration. So the Rose Quartz is a super healing stone. It is also the stone of friendship as well as love. So this is truly an excellent choice. You may have done so because you know a little something about the Rose Quartz as a crystal, but maybe you intuitively felt drawn to this stone because July is a month that is heavy on love for you, group number 1. But let's figure out all of the details of your love life during the month of July. First and foremost, we have the Tomato. Group number 1, do we even need the cards or should we just intuitively conduct this reading? Because I can see here in the Tomato that love is definitely a big part of July for you. Romantic love, platonic love, group number 1. This is excellent if you are looking to expand the love in your life. This is an amazing sign and congratulations, really, group number 1. This is an awesome start. It corresponds super beautifully with the Rose Quartz, and of all of the cards that you could have received as very first message from the universe, receiving the Tomato in conjunction to a love reading is highly favorable. Next up, we have the Pansy. So in the Pansy, we have attraction. So group number 1, your July is going to be centered around attraction, love, passion, as well as most likely a very fun affair, if you will. So whether this affair is just something that is going to stay short-lived or whether you're actually going to be meeting your soulmate and your forever love, we have yet to find out. We're still at the beginning of your reading, but this is starting off beautifully for you if love is something that you want to welcome as well as invite into your life, group number 1. The Pansy is all about mutual attraction and mutual love and reciprocity, and that's something that's super important to feel comfortable. Next up, we have the Valley. So I did mention that it's very important for you to feel that mutual attraction so you can feel comfortable in the relationship. Then I can see here in the Valley that you have a lot of deep personal strength and peace that assure your success. So that's most likely why you're attracting so much love, group number 1, and why you're attracting so much of this reciprocity from another person, finding you amazing, attractive, worthwhile, and lovable. It's coming from a place of deep personal strength that you have cultivated, that you have worked on, and that other people can feel. So it seems as though you're really kind of, how should I say, radiating this energy of strength and peace as well as contentment. I can see here in the purse that you have to pay attention to your finances, group number 1. one. Now, this is not necessarily love related, but in a sense it is, because if you're going on dates or spending money in context to being with another person, and because there's so much going on emotionally in a positive sense, okay, there's so much love around you, and you're maybe infatuated or you're seeing things through rose-colored glasses, it is important for you to make sure that you never lose sight or track of your finances. This is something that you may be inclined to do when you're having a good time. You may completely forget about your bank balance or forget about the goals that you had for your budget. So this is where the universe kind of wants to bring this matter to your attention and wants you to be warned ahead of time to ensure that you stick to any type of budget that you've set out for yourself. Even if you're having a good time, find a way to stay within the realm of comfort when it comes to your finances. I can see here in the Page of Wands that when it comes to this attraction and this love, we have a lot of fire sign energy. So think Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius energy. The Page of Wands is someone who is young, who is very kind of free-spirited, someone who is open to new ideas as well as adventures. And I can see here in the Page of Wands that you still have like a whole relationship ahead of you moving on from the month of July. So July is really where things are kicking off, where things are starting, getting interesting, and you feel a lot of passion in the air, but it's just the beginning. Next up, we have the Death card reversed. So group one, in the Death card reversed, I do see here that this is like a rebirth of your love life. July is definitely going to change a lot in your love life. It's going to be a month where everything moving forward feels different. You feel different. You feel more confident, you feel stronger in your relationships. That's one thing that I can see here in the Valley, and you're no longer intimidated by other people romantically speaking. You're not putting others on a pedestal, and you're not comparing yourself to other people, both physically, mentally, or emotionally. And I can definitely see that again we have one card that pops right out of the pile. Let me just pick that card up. We have the Feast, okay? That is the card that popped right out of the pile. Sadly, I didn't catch it on camera, but here in the Feast, we have the message of slowing down and celebrating yourself. So that is something really important that you're being called to do. But to finish off talking about your confidence and the fact that you have this inner strength and you're not comparing yourself to anyone else, that just really ups your value on the market, okay? On the love market. That really attracts other people to you, because who does not want to be with someone who is able to celebrate themselves and be confident, just as you can see here in the Feast card. Okay, feast on yourself, slow down, feast on all of the successes that you've had in your life, and the fact that July is a month where you're on fire, group one. Okay, people want to be around you, want to get to know you, and people are attracted to you. So it's almost like a buffet that you can feast on. You have many different choices when it comes to love. So it's all about just going with who you feel the most attracted towards, who you feel real love towards, as we have in the Rose Quartz as well as the Tomato. Next, we have Thorns. Okay, group one, in Thorns, I can see here that you are being called to weave together the crown you deserve. Okay, so put together the love life that you know that you deserve. Don't wait for someone to bring it to you. Create it for yourself. There's no reason for you to wait for a prince, princess, beautiful unicorn, whoever they identify as, to roam into your life and change everything. You can change your love life. And that is one thing that I can see here for the month of July. You're taking matters into your own hand. You are taking responsibility for your love life, group number one, and it is working out beautifully, as we have already seen within your reading. So continue to be strong, continue to be unafraid to put yourself out there, and also take what you want, okay? Don't wait for a lover to say that they want you. Make that first move and be close to someone who you're truly attracted towards. Don't just wait for people to be attracted to you that you think are just meh, okay. You can go out there and seize the love that you desire and be with that person who is physically, emotionally, mentally attractive to you. Next, we have the Shark. So in the Shark, I can see here that you're definitely like the top of the food chain, group number one. 1 during the month of July. And this is something that I want you to enjoy, especially if you feel like this hasn't been the case in your life very often. I do also want you to know here within the shark that you have a very important purpose during the month of July. And it is for you to really just turn everything around, turn everything upside down for yourself, and to show others that it's possible to have a severe glow up and to feel comfortable in these new shoes that you have to fill. So you may have big shoes to fill during the month of July, and by that I mean going from maybe not feeling as attractive or not feeling so good about yourself to all of a sudden realizing just how wanted you are and how attractive that you can truly be when you're just embracing yourself and celebrating yourself and already feeling comfortable in that role. That is one thing that I can see here in the shark that is your purpose during the month of July. So don't allow for any insecurities to get you hung up at all. Okay, don't waste time on that. Make sure that you're just focused on celebrating yourself, slowing down, making yourself the main character of your life, and almost like romanticizing everything that you do. Make everything a beautiful event. I can see here in the butterfly that you're super connected, group number 1. In a way, your soul is able to finally be embraced and finally be seen by others. And this is again something that ties in beautifully with the tomato, which stands for love. When you're feeling seen, that's when you feel love. When you feel like people truly see you for who you are and see you past physical boundaries or maybe just how you present yourself at work or on social media, that's when you can truly feel genuinely loved. I can see here in the jaguar that July is a month of releasing anything that you don't need, group number 1, be it insecurities or fear of what may happen if you open up or what may happen if you just decide to be yourself. You're no longer worried about that. I can see that you're super confident and that July is really your month when it comes to love. Then we have the tiger. So in the tiger, we have a strong will and a strong will to take a leap forward. Okay, a strong will to continue leading this life even past the month of July. So celebrating yourself, gaining confidence, as well as understanding that it doesn't matter what you look like. Okay, you can't change your physical body anyways. I mean, sure, you can alter it, you can dye your hair, you can get surgery, you can do all of those types of procedures, group number 1, of course, but at the same time, it won't really change all that much, right? As a whole, you're still going to be you. You're still going to feel like you. It doesn't matter what you change on the outside. Who you are on the inside remains, and that is something that you can only change through working on yourself and embracing yourself. So I can definitely see here within the tiger that you want to embrace what's on the inside more than what's on the outside. Of course, you want to like yourself on the outside and take care of yourself, but at the same time, I can see here that in July, that's really not the core of why you're so attractive in love, why you're so attractive in the love market. It is because you are truly willing to embrace your perfections, your imperfections, the things that make you feel good about yourself and the things that you wish you could change, and just being yourself in a very unapologetic way. That is the core of who you are during the month of July. Group number 1, we have a lot of fire energy. Think a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy that is just bubbling up within you and allowing for you to have an awesome love-filled July. Group number 1, this is the reading that I received for you. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a tomato emoji down below, because if you know group number 1. So leave that tomato in the comment section as a little token of love as well as good luck. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you stay tuned for more monthly predictions as well as other spiritual related videos on my channel, and I'll see you next time. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your July 2021 love prediction. So let's figure out what's going on in your love life, shall we? You chose the Amber as well as the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Let me show you a close-up of the Amber, group number 2. This is the beautiful Amber. In case you didn't know, the Amber is actually not a mineral. This is a piece of fossilized tree resin. So the Amber is a beautiful exception in the gemstone world, and it is a stone that attracts material wealth as well as abundance abundance, which may be why you chose it, but maybe you also just loved its appearance. So let's move into your love prediction with the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. This is one of my favorite ever decks. First and foremost, we have the Chameleon Spirit. So group number 2, I can see here that to a certain extent during the month of July, when it comes to love, you're just going to go with the flow and you're just going to try to blend in. So you're not going to be doing anything crazy, anything different, but when you meet new people during the month of July, you're just going to lay low and allow yourself to blend in order to catch people in those off-guard moments, in order to see people for who they truly are. Because when you put yourself more in the background and you become the listener, you become the viewer, you become the one who is just observing, you can see so much more than when you're taking up the spotlight or interrupting conversations. And I can definitely see here in the Chameleon Spirit that you're all about observation and figuring out who you're dealing with during the month of July. I can see here in the Brown Bear Spirit that group number 2, to be completely honest with you, you're also too tired to be in the spotlight. You don't want to be in the spotlight. I can see here in the Brown Bear Spirit that you need a little bit of time for yourself. You need a little bit of time for just privacy, really, when it comes to your love life. So you're not even going to entertain nosy friends or family members. You're staying far away from any of those. And in conjunction to love, you are a great listener during the month of July, not just because you want to listen and learn, but also because you just don't want to put yourself out there in a way that will cause any type of trouble or rob you of your energy. Think, for example, putting yourself out there too early on in a relationship and then figuring out that the person was with you or trying to get with you for the wrong reasons. And there you have it. You just wasted a bunch of time, love, and energy on someone who you really shouldn't have invested in. So there I can see in the Brown Bear Spirit that you've learned your lesson and you're taking a bit of a time out from oversharing or giving too much of yourself. Next up, we have the Skunk Spirit. Now, group number 2, the universe is really communicating with us in a way that shows that you're doing that because you value yourself. Just as the Skunk Spirit suggests, you know your worth. You love yourself enough and a lot more than you have in the past, to the point where no, you're not going to put yourself out there just to be crushed or just to be hurt. You are guarding your heart. You are showing yourself that you care about your mental and emotional well-being, and you're doing so by protecting yourself in an adequate way. I can see here in the Flamingo Spirit group number 2 that doesn't take away from any situation. Just because you're not putting everything out there and you're not telling people your entire life story and putting out your dirty laundry, so to say, that doesn't mean that you're not sharing or you're not open. It just shows that you are embracing every part of relationships. The parts where you're getting to know other people and the parts where you're kind of still reluctant to tell them every little nook and cranny of who you are, as well as the relationships where you're able to fully be yourself, but you understand exactly how far to go with new people and when to protect yourself. And I can definitely see in conjunction to the Chameleon Spirit as well as the Brown Bear Spirit that you've learned from relationships, friendships, and connections in the past, and you're not making the same mistakes again, and you're not going to put yourself in a difficult situation before you know if the person opposite of you would do the same. Next up, we have the Hand. So in the Hand group number 2, I can see here that there's some sort of need for help, assistance, or guidance. And that may be why you're here, why you're watching this video, because you feel like you want a little bit more clarity about where your love life is headed during the month of July. And you want to know more, group number 2. Let's figure out what else is going on. We have the Turkey. So I can see here in the Turkey that someone may behave in a manner that is stupid. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat things, okay? I value honesty in people, so that is one thing that I want to always put into my readings, group number 2. So in the Turkey, I can definitely see that someone is going to act in a way that is not helpful. They may try to play you. They may think that they're very smart, but you can see right through them. That is one thing that I can see here in conjunction to the Hand as well as the Chameleon Spirit. You are the one who is paying attention to what others are doing, what others are saying, how they're behaving, behaving. So I can definitely see in conjunction to the hand that rather than feeling like you've been duped, you actually feel like sorry for anyone who's pretending to be someone else or just behaving in a stupid manner during the month of July. I can see here in the Dark Man as well as the Carrot that on the other hand, there is an opportunity with a person here who has a dark complexion or dark hair. That is one thing that I can see in the Dark Man group number 2. So tall, dark, and handsome, or dark, short, and curvy. I mean, it's really up to you. I do want you to know here in combination to the Carrot that there is an opportunity with this person, with this Dark Man. And now group 2, don't feel like Dark Man means that it could only be a dark male. This channel is all inclusive. I want everybody to feel welcome, and I want you to know that gender roles are not something that we're leaning on here. It's more about energy, okay? It's more about the type of energy that the person is displaying. So they do have a lot of masculine energy, but that does not mean that they identify as male. In this day and age, it's just not appropriate to reduce someone to that. Next up, we have the cause lettuce. So one thing that I can see here is that you are highly desirable, group number 2, and this person here, this dark, lovely, handsome, beautiful person that we have in the Dark Man is the person who desires you. That is the person who wants to be around you, wants to get to know you, and wants to be closer to you. I can see here in the chrysanthemum that there will be longevity in this connection, okay? So group number 2, this person who you're coming into contact with during the month of July is going to be with you for a while. So it's not going to be a whirlwind affair. It's not going to be just, you know, a quick get together or a booty call type of situation. This is someone who you're going to know, be with, have in your life for a while. I can see here in the broccoli group number 2 that you have to take the lead on your love life in this relationship in order for it to last. So it will be important for you to let your wall down a little bit and to let this person know that you genuinely and truly are interested in them, because they do feel a little bit insecure. I can see here in the fig that they're all about showing you that they're adventurous and that they can be spontaneous, but because they may be trying really hard to just show how cool they are or how spontaneous that they are, it may actually come off in a complete opposite way. So clumsiness is something that I can see here with the person who you're going to be aligned with during the month of July, group number 2, but that can be really cute. So keep in mind here that this person is going to be very nervous to be around you, and that's okay. Just let them know that you like them for them. Of course, play it cool. Don't put yourself out there too much, especially if you're not sure whether you're dealing with the Dark Man person, who is the person who sincerely wants to be with you, or whether you're dealing with the turkey, which is this person that's not behaving in a very adequate or nice manner. So if you're not sure who the person is when you first meet them and you want to stay guarded, I totally get that, group number 2, but once you have established who you're dealing with and you feel the desire coming from this person and the nervosity because they don't want to mess up, allow yourself to make them feel a little bit more comfortable dealing with you. I can see here in the escapist group number 2 that in a sense you can sometimes have a bit of commitment phobia. That is one thing that I can see. You always try to escape, you sometimes self-sabotage, and this is something that you may try to tend to do during the month of July, but the universe is calling you out, group 2, not trying to be rude, just trying to call you out, okay? So ensure that you're not sabotaging any romantic relationships, because it's not worth it. I can definitely see a genuine love and interest coming from this person that we spoke about before in the Dark Man. Then last but not least, we have lavender. So surrounding yourself with love, talking to friends and family, and spending quality time with others. That is one thing that I can see is so important for you, group number 2, especially if you've been denying yourself of social contact. Maybe you've had to, depending on what the situation is in your country, but come together again, surround yourself with love and allow yourself to be around those who you feel genuinely comfortable around. So you can let your guard down and take a real time out here in the brown bear spirit without being worried about being played and so on and so forth. Okay, so keep yourself in in a safe space, group number 2. Do know here that we have someone coming towards you who is interested in you and who's going to be really nervous to get to know you. And we also had someone in the Turkey, another person who is kind of just wanting to play around or fool around. But you will be able to make a clear distinction between the two pretty early on. As we spoke about here in the chameleon spirit, you are just watching, learning, and observing. So you'll be able to read people in the most magnificent way, group number 2, during the month of July. So this is your July singles love prediction, group number 2. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a little flamingo emoji down below in the comment section to let me and everyone else know, because if you know, you just know. So leave that flamingo emoji down below. Give this video a thumbs up, group 2. Thank you so much for spending this divine time with me, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Gentle Heart Tarot deck as well as the Azurite. Let me first show you a close-up of the Azurite, which is the crystal of your choice. This beautiful royal blue crystal is one that was celebrated centuries ago already, because a lot of people used this, well, a ground-up version of this crystal in order to create paintings for royals. The Gentle Heart Tarot deck, I did not want to say it during the intro, group number 3, but this is actually the deck that I authored. This is my very own self-published tarot deck. The link is down below in the description box, so of course I think this is an excellent choice for you. Let's move into your reading to figure out what's coming towards your love life during the month of July, group number 3, shall we? So first and foremost, we have the Page of Diamonds. So in the Page of Diamonds, I can see the Page of Earth signs. Think to yourself a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. And this is someone who is looking for a new connection. This is someone who is looking to possibly establish a romantic connection with you, group number 3. Next up, we have the World reversed. So I can see that it's only a matter of time before you and the Page of Diamonds find that forever love. Okay, it's only a matter of time before you connect and sparks fly and you know that you are for one another. So I can definitely see here in conjunction to the Page of Diamonds that this is a very promising person coming into your life during the month of July, group number 3. Next up, we have Judgment. Now, group number 3, it is very important for you that you do not prejudge this person. Okay, give them a fair chance, because one thing that I can see here in conjunction to the World reversed as well as the Page of Diamonds is that you may kind of jump to conclusions before you truly get to know them, and then of course things fizzle out and nothing ever happens in a romantic sense. So give them a true chance and allow for them to prove that they are trustworthy, to prove that they are worthy of being a part of your life in a romantic sense. I can see next up for you in the Three of Diamonds reversed, group number 3, that when it comes to your earthly affairs, so think your job, your professional life, or your studies, that it's important for you to stick to making progress. When things are going on in your love life and just overall, there's a lot of interesting developments. You may forget about certain deadlines. You may forget to put as much work in as you really should. You may forget to complete projects in an appropriate manner. So the Three of Diamonds is just a gentle reminder by the universe for you, group number 3, to not forget about your career, your professional life, all because, you know, some sparks are flying here when it comes to your romantic life. But let's move a little further into your reading. I will next be using the Tea Leaf Fortune cards. So first up, we have the Feather within this deck, group number 3. So in the Feather, I can see that someone you know is undependable and insincere. So it's very important for you to watch who you go to when it comes to this Page of Diamonds person. So let me explain exactly what I mean, because that was a little bit of confusing, group number 3, I understand. So what I mean with watch who you go to with the Page of Diamonds is when this person comes into your life who has this strong earth sign energy, makes you feel grounded, makes you feel like, wow, this could be the one, right? You could picture a future with them. I can see that in the World reversed. Now, you may go to a friend or a family member and tell them, hey, I met this amazing Page of Diamonds person. I really like them, but I'm not 100% sure because XYZ, you know, they're a cat person, I'm a dog person. I'm not 100% sure if we can vibe. Their favorite crystal is the rose quartz. I'm more an azurite type of gal or boy or unicorn, and you're voicing your concerns to a friend or family family member. That is where I can see here in the feather that the universe is calling for you to be careful, group number 3, because someone you know is going to be insincere. They may actually be jealous. They may actually want to sabotage this love connection and may tell you to be more watchful than they really should, because they want you to kind of be side-eyeing this person and they want you to themselves in the long run, group number 3. So that is where you have to be super careful who you share your love life with, especially if you have a new flame coming in, especially if you have a new connection that is going to establish itself, because you don't just want to let anyone have their 2 cents be a part of your love life, because not everyone is actually going to have a helpful or sincere opinion for you. Even though they love you and they care about you, they may not want to see you in a romantic relationship, and that is just the honest truth, group number 3. That's why you're on this channel, because you know I'm like a big sis. I'll tell you how it is. Friends and family members, I mean, love them to death, but at the same time, not all of them are always as sincere as they really should be. Next up, we have the barrel. So I can see here in the barrel that you may feel as though something is kind of like lacking within your life due to this feather situation. Okay, so don't allow for anybody who just points out what is missing to make you feel like you are inherently lacking in your life, group number 3, because you are not. I can see here in the casket that someone may be going out of your life while this person comes in. So while someone is coming into your life, which we have here in the Page of Diamonds, someone may be leaving. It may be the end of a certain situation. So group number 3, my camera cut out for a brief moment, but we are back. So in the casket, I can see here that a situation is going out of your life and you are going to find yourself in a place where you're actually happy that this situation isn't in your life anymore. So as mentioned, it could be, for example, someone who you notice is not really here for your happiness or your success, or just when you overall notice that their intentions are insincere. Now, group number 3, just picture this scenario. Have you ever been talking to someone and you're telling them about a difficult situation, about something that you're going through that is really hard for you, and you notice how like they're replying you and they're like smiling or they're laughing and they're not really taking things very seriously? That is one thing that I can see here in the casket that is coming to an end. Body language is something that's so important, and if you've ever been around someone and you've been telling them about something difficult that you're going through or something that's very hard for you to deal with, and the corners of their mouth like turn upwards and you see that they're actually smiling while at the same time telling you how sorry that they are for what you're going through, you know that that is insincere, and you know that that is someone who you most likely need to stay away from, or at least like keep those topics that they secretly relish in, keep those very, very private. Next up, we have the finger. So in the finger, I can see here that the universe is trying to warn you of a problem either now or in the near future. So this is definitely the universe pointing out that anyone who has a big discrepancy in their body language towards you, like I mentioned earlier with that example that I made, you know, someone telling you how sorry that they are for your loss, but at the same time, they're like smiling wide across their face. That is something that the universe is trying to point out to you. Next up, we have fire as well as lightning. So we have really zesty energy here, group number 3. In fire, I can see strong emotion and passionate love or hate. So group number 3, your love life during the month of July is going to be filled with a lot of emotion, a lot of passion, and there's most likely going to maybe be strong dislike, aka hate, on the side of trying to get rid of someone who clearly isn't that sad when you're going through a difficult situation, but also passionate love and fire in conjunction to the Page of Diamonds and the world. I can see here in lightning that the universe and your guides, they're trying to protect you from yourself by telling you to control your anger or you will be sorry. So ensure that you're not allowing for anyone to get you to move too far out of character. There will always be people who try to push others' buttons or relish in others' difficult situations, but it's important that you don't allow that to trigger you, group number 3. Let's move further into your reading to figure out what else is coming towards your love life, shall we? we have homeward. So group number 3 in homeward, I can see here that you're being called to take yourself on a date. So take yourself to a place that you want to go to, spend money on yourself. Group number 3, there's so many great ways how you can spend money on yourself. You can get a facial, you can buy yourself a ticket to a yoga class, you can give yourself a little date where you get yourself a new outfit, you get yourself some nice fresh food, maybe just cooking for yourself, wining and dining yourself. I see that that's an important part of July for you in order for you to truly feel your best and to not be in a situation where you're hoping that someone else is going to do something great for you because you know that you're already taking great care of yourself. Next up, we have the potion. So in the potion, you are being called to remember to practice self-love. Group number 3, a fulfilled love life is definitely a part of your moving forward here with the Page of Diamonds, but at the same time, you will only be able to truly feel fulfilled or feel like you have a fulfilled love life that is present for you if you're happy with yourself, right? If you are practicing self-love. And self-love runs from, wining and dining yourself, cooking yourself beautiful meals, to exfoliating, putting on skincare, using perfume, doing whatever it is that makes you feel good and that makes you feel pampered. I can see here in expectations, group number 3, that some people do have certain expectations when it comes to you and your love life and what your love life is supposed to look like. But group number 3, I can see here in the expectation cards that you are being called to do the complete opposite, to not seek anybody's approval, and also to remind yourself that while you are not seeking other people's approval, other people may think the same way that you do. Okay, so let me just speak very clearly because I know that was a little bit of a complicated sentence, but what we spoke about here in the Judgment card as well as the Page of Diamonds, just as much as you don't want other people to judge you prematurely, it is important that you practice what you preach. And I find that often we kind of underestimate how much we really judge other people before we truly know them. Nobody wants to be judged, but at the same time, it is sometimes important to go inward, to put the mirror before you and to remind yourself that sometimes you can put out more judgmental energy than you realize or than you ever wanted to. But again, it's not about your intention, it's about what the results are. And that is one thing that you're being called to look at. I can see here in universe that when it comes to your love life, you're being called to remind yourself that we are basically all just stardust, okay? We are all just matter in this universe. We're all just energy and we're not separate from one another. So while society is a construct that has created this hierarchy that has made some people hot and others not, and created the system where some people are seen as traditionally attractive and others are not, it is important for you to remind yourself that you don't have to adhere to that. You don't have to go with that type of system. You can remind yourself that whether someone has a traditionally attractive body or traditionally attractive features or not, that shouldn't change the fact that you can be on the same energetic wavelength with them, okay? No matter how different the two of you are, whether you're the more physically attractive one in the relationship or you're seeking out someone who is physically attractive, I don't want that to be something that intimidates you or makes you feel like two people can't be with one another, okay? We are all energy, and it's important for us to level the playing field and to remind one another of the fact that at the end of the day, we all come into this world as beautiful living beings that are non-judgmental. And while we go through life, we have to find that pure place again, it seems like, because the world and society just ruins us a little bit to love. So it is important for you to sometimes come back to, well, not sometimes, okay, as often as you can, come back to the root of who you were born into this world as, someone who is curious, someone who isn't judgmental, and someone who is excited to experience more of life. Next up, we have the Lion Spirit. So group number 3 in the Lion Spirit, I can see here that your love life is going to be full of generosity during the month of July. So think spending time with someone who you're romantically interested in and other people making time for you as well. I can see here in the Spider Spirit group number 3 that your dreams are going to be able to become a reality, but it is important for you to make those dreams real on your own accord. So don't wait for a knight in shining armor, a princess in a beautiful dress to ride into your life and supply you with everything that you need. It is important for you to remember here in the spider spirit, just as the spider spins her own web, you sometimes need to do the same, okay? You sometimes need to spin your own web in order to be able to catch anything, right? You have to put yourself out there in order to be able to receive someone who is potentially an amazing partner, who is a great lover for you. So just as the spider has to spin her web as a trap in order to be able to catch something, you need to do the same for your love life. You need to put yourself out there and sometimes put in a bit of effort. I see in the groundhog spirit that someone is most likely feeling like it's time to let go of holding on too deeply. Let's figure out, last but not least, who that is. We have the coyote spirit. I can see in the coyote spirit that there's someone in your life, someone who has touched your life, come into your life. Think a coworker or someone who knows you, but you've maybe friend zoned them without knowing. I can see in the coyote spirit and the groundhog spirit that they feel as though maybe you could have been together, maybe something could have worked out, but they had to realize that it was just a flop. It was just wishful thinking. So I can definitely see here in the groundhog spirit that they're realizing that it is now time to let go of the hope, time to let go of feeling as though you may end up with them. So this is someone who is looking at you from a romantic standpoint, but feels as though they have to give it up. They have to give it a rest. Group number 3, if you have intentionally or unintentionally friend-zoned people, I do want you to know that in July, some of those people are going to close the chapter on hoping that there may be a revision of their case. So this may have to do with the Page of Diamonds and them seeing that you're moving on and seeing that you have other prospects in your life. But group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you, and I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little lightning bolt emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that this is the group that you chose. Of course, feel free to comment down below how you enjoyed this reading, how you feel after receiving your reading. Know that I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Black Obsidian as well as the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck. So let's move into your reading in order to figure out what's coming towards your love life during the month of July. Let me show you a close-up of your stone. This is the Black Obsidian. This is a very protective stone. You may or may not know that the color black absorbs, so that explains why this stone is so great at absorbing unwanted negativity. That may be why you chose it, but you may have also just liked its appearance. Now let's move into your reading in order to figure out more about your love life, group number 4. First and foremost, we have the sacred site. So I can see you connecting with your purpose, and I can see that love has an important purpose in your life during the month of July, group number 4. Let's figure out what that purpose is. I can see here in the vision quest that love has the purpose of showing you that it's important for you to keep your goal, keep all of the things that you desire at the forefront, and to not make concessions. So this means not lowering your standards, not allowing for anyone to intervene with what you truly desire out of love. So not feeling like you have come to a place where you're just settling for less or settling for what is there momentarily. I can see here in the vision quest, in correspondence to the sacred site, that love is teaching you a valuable lesson about waiting for what's right for you and what feels amazing, rather than settling for something because you're too afraid that nothing better will come along. Next up, we have the drum. So you are going to awaken during the month of July. Group number 4, this is some exciting news. In the drum, I can definitely see here that you will awaken to love's purpose and awaken to the fact that you are someone who is worthy of everything that you desire in love. And no, you don't have to give up on love. You don't have to settle for less. You don't have to listen to people who have maybe told you that your standards are very high. Well, maybe you should just be okay with X, Y, or Z. I can definitely see here in the drum that settling for less is not a part of your vocabulary. It's not something that you can see yourself doing. I can see in the Emperor that you're taking charge during the month of July when it comes to your love life. And this is something that is not only empowering, but it also shows you that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There is like a light at the end of the tunnel is what I meant to say, because the light is a symbol for hope. And that is one thing that I can see here in the vision quest. Right now you're sitting in a place where you're looking at the light, right? You're looking into the hope. And that is something that gives you the energy to move forward and to continue fighting. So this is a reoccurring theme in situations where people have no other way out than to just believe in hope. Otherwise they were to give up. But hope is such a powerful thing that has allowed for so many people to persevere, and you are going to be able to experience the same in July, group number 4. Next up, we have the High Priestess. So this is really interesting. We have the Emperor as well as the High Priestess, which does show me here that when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to divine learning, you're going to educate yourself, you're going to read a lot, and you're going to put yourself in a place where you're very interconnected, or you feel very interconnected with your beliefs and with the things that are important to you. Now, beliefs don't have to be like this big, bold term. For you, belief could be, for example, that all living beings are made equal and all living beings are deserving of love, of happiness, of freedom. It could be that simple. So I can definitely see here in the Emperor that you're executing based on what you believe in, and you're cutting people out based on that as well. So cutting out anyone who could be a potential partner. So going on dates, being very strong in your morals as well as your integrity, and anyone who doesn't align with that, you just instantly know that this is not a connection that could be romantic. Maybe you could be friends, but not romantically involved with someone who isn't aligned with you. Next up, we have the Lovers, group number 4. This is a really amazing turn within your reading. In the Lovers, we have a romantic love that is present for you. So you will find someone who has similar beliefs to you. You will find someone during the month of July who you can see yourself being with, and they're not intimidated by the fact that you won't settle for less. They're not intimidated by the fact that you have your beliefs and you're going to live your life according to those beliefs. Group number 4, this is exciting. Let's see what else is here for you. We have the Tomato. So this is confirmation from the universe, group number 4. I mean, do we even need the cards? They're speaking for themselves. I mean, do we even need me? Okay, because the cards are truly speaking for themselves, truly confirming one another and giving you the go-ahead for the month of July. I can see here in the Carrot that clarity, clear vision is something that you may have been hoping for, that you may have wanted, but you really taking the reins, really taking responsibility for your love life and the moving forward in your love life is something that is going to give you a lot of clarity during the month of July. So the more clear you become in yourself, your beliefs, what you want and what you don't want, the more you can see people for who they are, appreciate a lot of people a lot more than you ever have been able to appreciate other human beings, and also know exactly who you think you could be with romantically and who you understand would most likely not be the best romantic fit. Next up, we have the Bull. Okay, so group 4 in the Bull, I can see that you're being called not to back down from opposition and to show strength and fortitude. So even if certain people, continuously tell you, oh, well, just allow yourself to be open to love. It may not be perfect. I do want you to know here, group number 4, that love and the love that you seek is out there and is coming for you. So don't give up. You are about to round a corner. Next up, we have the Wind Chimes. So I can see here in the Wind Chimes that peace and harmony is the result in your love life, group number 4, which is obviously a really amazing sign. And next up, we have the Elephant, which stands for a long journey, either a physical or a mental one, and this is going to leave you wiser at the end. So love has definitely been a journey for you, group number 4. And I do want you to know here in the elephant that it has served you well, and that you will feel as though you have been gifted with so much extra wisdom, so much extra knowledge that a lot of people can only dream of having, that a lot of people wish that they had, but they were not fortunate to acquire. But you, on the other hand, I can definitely see here that this journey to love has been one that made you who you are today and will allow for a successful relationship moving forward, as we see here in the Lovers, as well as the Carrot, which stands for clarity. Because the clearer you are on who you are, your beliefs and your wants and your needs, the more your relationship will be able to flourish. Because relationships where people argue a lot or where people have a lot of misunderstandings, it's often not that they don't understand one another. It often stems from a place where there was lack of self-reflection and a lack of understanding oneself. Next up, we have the Dolphin. Now, group number 4, I can definitely see here within the Dolphin, okay, there may be a little unexpected situation here. But I don't want you to freak out, because the Dolphin mostly stands for happiness, intelligence, family, and togetherness. So don't feel as though because there is a symbol of a pregnancy here that this is only a symbol for pregnancy. This is, of course, also a symbol for family, and just feeling as though you're in a place where you're complete, in a place where you have that romantic love that you've been looking for. I can see here in the Seahorse that equality is a part of your journey during the month of July, and it is a big part of what makes you so happy, because you feel like you're finally putting together your own little family, group number 4, where you can embrace equality, where you can embrace kindness and embrace all of the morals that are so important to you. I see here in the Rhino that to you, perseverance is your biggest strength, as well as ensuring that you do everything in moderation. Okay, so if you've just discovered this new lover in July and you just feel as though passion, flames, fire, all of that is running through you and love is in the air, make sure that you don't overdo it, okay? Make sure that you keep a little bit of the mystery alive, and that you don't end up just sitting on one another's neck the entire month of July or the entire August, September, you know, just moving forward. It is important for you, when you find that lover, group number 4, to take it slow and to enjoy every little bit, every little stage, because you still have so much time ahead of you in love that when you spend too much time with one another right off the bat, right from the get-go, it can sometimes take away from the magic and make things mundane way ahead of time, which doesn't need to be. Next, we have the Peregrine Falcon. So in the Peregrine Falcon, I can definitely see that observation is something that you're being called to do when it comes to love, group number 4. So observing your surroundings, observing this new person who is going to bring you love, okay, this new lover, and getting to know them, getting to understand what they want, what they desire, what they love, what they don't. Using that new wisdom that you're going to acquire in order to make for an amazing relationship moving forward. So, okay, we have 2 more spots, and we had 2 cards that popped right out of the pile that kind of flipped themselves around, which is the Banana as well as the Sorrel. So last but not least, let's talk about the Sorrel first. So in the Sorrel, I can see a lot of affection. You know, we have love. It's going to be very clear. We spoke about that in the Carrot. There is going to be no confusion. So while the relationship is going to be really fun, passionate, and adventurous, at the same time, it's not going to be a mystery whether the person who you end up with likes you or not. It's not going to be a mystery whether you really want to be with one another, whether you really want to commit or not. You're going to both play with open cards, okay? You're both going to just put your cards on the table, so to say, and be very transparent and affectionate with one another, which is that thing that leads to this happiness, this familiar happiness of the Dolphin, where it seems as though, you know, now is the time to really start your own family. Now is the time to really think of a future moving forward, creating your own traditions, your own way of life with your own people. And family, that does not have to mean blood. Family is often healthiest and best when it's comprised of people who get one another, who get along with one another, and who chose one another, who chose to love one another unconditionally, not just under the umbrella of family or being blood related. So group number 4, this is a reading that I received for you. There's a lot going on for you in July. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Leave a little elephant emoji down below in the comment section, as we did have the elephant show up within your reading to let me and others know that this is the group that you received. Thank you so much for spending this divine time with me, and I'll see you in another one of my videos.